Good morning, welcome back. I love Okami. The unique art style is gorgeous, the music is iconic, and the brush system is so unique and innovative, it could take up the entire video. But I think the most interesting thing about Okami is this. Dog gameplay. Side note, I know technically Amaterasu is canonically a god and a wolf, but this doesn't make Okami's gameplay any less analogous to that of the dog. My claim is that Okami has the best playable animal of any video game ever made ever, and I can prove it. So, let's take a look at animals in video games. I'd categorize playable animals into three basic categories. The first is what I'll call aesthetic animals. These are games in which the animals are used for purely aesthetic purposes. Usually they're anthropomorphic, and could easily be replaced by a person character if you hated fun or you're a closeted furry trying to beat the allegations. Games like this include Star Fox, Sonic the Hedgehog, Parappa the Rapper, A Short Hike, Death's Door, and Cult of the Lamb. You aren't playing an animal because an animal fits the gameplay, you're playing an animal because it fits the aesthetic, and because animal characters are fun. These games basically remove themselves from the running of best playable animal of any video game ever made ever because they don't fully utilize the limitless wish fulfillment potential of a playable animal. The second category is games that do use animal qualities in their playable animals. These are just a few examples, but in looking at these games, we'll see some of the common reasons games in this category fall short of being the best playable animal of any video game ever made ever. The first is Snake Pass. You play as a snake. It's unique, sure, but it's also frustrating to be a snake. Slithering is cool enough, but making a difficult climb and falling, losing my progress, just shows me why I wouldn't want to be a snake, and why being a human with climb-conducive limbs is better. If your animal game is more frustrating than moving my real-life body, you've misunderstood the assignment. The second game is Donkey Kong Country Returns.
I haven't played the new one, I'm sorry.
Donkey Kong definitely uses his ape-like qualities in the gameplay, but most of these ape-like qualities boil down to being strong. Like yeah, pounding the ground is cool, but you could basically replace him with a buff boy Mario and it'd fit pretty seamlessly. If your animal game doesn't diverge from the human experience enough, it isn't the best animal game. Untitled Goose Game doesn't have the previous two issues. It's fun to be a goose, and the gameplay highlights real goose qualities of being a mischievous little imp terrorizing the public, and honking. Unfortunately, these are the only two goose qualities in Untitled Goose Game, and the game just remixes this content in different environments. There isn't enough depth within Goose to give it the title of best playable animal in a video game. I don't know, dude, is this even an animal game? I'm moving on. Stray is an interesting game because cats are an interesting animal. It's very story-based, you mostly just absorb the story by walking or climbing around and talking to different robots, but isn't that what cats do? Just kind of observe and lay around, maybe knocking something over if the mood strikes. The problem with Stray is not that the animal gameplay isn't accurate, but that being a cat is not that interesting. If your animal game is too realistic, it starkly shows the limitations of the animal form. I don't want to be limited by my animal game, I want to experience how cool it would be to live as this animal, especially if it means going larger than life. Lastly, we have The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Ostensibly the closest to Okami, since they both have dog gameplay. Twilight Princess allows you to bark, dig, and even sniff out scents, which is a dog power that even Okami doesn't fully explore. Where Twilight Princess falls short is not the dog gameplay, but instead the game that was built around it. Human Link is simply more fun to play. He has gadgets, he has a horse you can ride, he can kill stuff with a sword. Wolf Link is a means to an end. You play Wolf Link if the game forces you to, or you need a specific Midna jump or scent to track. If your animal game has an equal or better playable non-animal alternative, it can't possibly be the best animal game. Which finally brings us to the last category of playable animals in video games, Okami. In Okami, you are demonstrably better than all the humans around you. You're faster than them, you jump higher than them, you fight better than them, dig faster than them, and they all need your help. The first level in Kamiki Village has this turnip farmer, and you can dig up all her turnips and she'll get mad and chase you, but you're too fast and cool and can eat all of them without her touching you. Later there are two mail delivery guys who are supposed to be the fastest people in the land, but they don't hold a candle to your speed. You're too slow, my guy, too slow. On top of all that, you have divine powers which let you manipulate time, fly through the air, blow stuff up with gigantic bombs, slash through rock and stone, manipulate all the elements like the Avatar, and even control lightning. When Thor's superpower is not even in the top 10 list of cool abilities you have, you know you're top dog. I think the best example of how Okami utilizes dog gameplay is with animal feeding. You can feed almost every animal in the game, from small sparrows to large tigers, and there's this pleasant little cutscene where you're in a pocket dimension with nice music playing, watching the animal eat what you gave them, like some kind of in-person mukbang. The cutscene doesn't end for a long time, but can be ended early, so the player chooses how long they'd like to stay in this peaceful environment. It fits so well with the themes of nature and healing, how just a little time and consideration helps not just the player, but the surrounding animals too, giving a sense of community and belonging, being part of the animal kingdom. It's so cool to be a dog in Okami. It's a feeling that no other video game has matched in the 20 years since its release. My only hope is that the Okami sequel stays true to its legacy of got that dog in him. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the discussion forum below. Have a nice day.